the convention that I work at. So probably my favorite moment with fans hasn't happened yet because I continue to have great interactions with fans. And as far as the creepy people go, there's creepy people in every crowd. Just go to a sci-fi convention or a Red Fair or anything. Comic book convention, there is a creepo in every crowd. There's a stinky dude in every crowd. There's a spastic person in every crowd. We just get bad press, that's all. And so, yes, oh my god, there's so many hands now. That fingers, yes, you. Oh my gosh, yes, I'll try. Oh my god. Oh my gosh, and I know they have been dying. They're like, what does she look like? Yes, you know what, I'll give hugs in just a little bit, but hugs end up like, it ends up being a hug fest. And like, I'll hug anybody in a hallway or an elevator. All anybody has to do is ask. That was one of the things that I loved about being in England, because at that year, I had a girl glom. That's why I don't say, people are like, I'm gonna glomp you. I'm like, please don't. You'll see a side of me you've never seen before. A girl jumped on me as I was walking down the stairs at a con in the Midwest, and she ended up riding me like a slave down the stairs. And I had coffee and something, and I just threw everything in the air and became a human sled. And so that thing, like those characters, specifically Koyuki and Chiba, they look just like the animated versions of them. Do we 5? Okay, we've only got 5 more minutes, so I'm going to talk fast now. Wait, that doesn't mean shake your hand. But I would hope so, but dubbing live action is weird, and if they do it, obviously I wouldn't say no. I love that show, but I'm just more queered out to see it. Like, I just want to see it, hear the music. I know that Oasis and Red Hot Chili Peppers are doing the opening and closing, so I think it's pretty great. Anything out of Oasis in years, so I think it's pretty cool that they're doing those two. Red Hot Chili Peppers was an obvious pick, because they're referenced all through the show. I have time for 1 serious question or 2 super shot fires. So, and since you made a sign, pick me, and you're dressed like Gurr, so, yeah. Nothing as far as what I did. I think if I have anything to thank the role of Maggie Springfield, it's French and Saunders, which I know most of y'all won't know who that is. Oh, awesome! You're the first person to make such a great guess! I think they're phenomenal, and I was a big fan of their show, and when I was told by Colleen Clinkenbeard that they were doing a show, she was like, I need you to work on your British accent, and I really need you to audition. And I almost didn't audition for Negima because they were about to start auditioning for Beck. And at the time, it was really looked down upon to have 1 actor in 2 leads. And so I said, well, if I audition for Negima, can I still audition for Beck? Because if it was a choice, I wouldn't have auditioned for Negima. But they said yes, and so I watched a lot of French and Saunders. I watched a little bit of Harry Potter, only not because of the accents, but because children speak differently than adults do, and I needed to have some kind of reference for that. But I've never done anything on stage where I had to do accent work. I think like crappy Cockney accent in a production of Scrooge, but nothing believable. So that was the first time I ever had to do that. So it will depend on where I have to go next. I don't know. I've got an autograph session, and that's when we usually do stuff like that. I don't know. I'll have to wait and see. Is it time, Ken? Is that it? Or do we have 1 more? Okay, we got time for 1 more. Oh my god, this is going to be the worst pick I ever had to make. You, because you're throwing horns. Awesome. Very cool. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you. Thank you. That's very cool. Oh man, this is such a tough question because I am a DJ also, so I play techno music and drum and bass, and right now drum and bass is my big thing, so I'm a big fan of Pendulum. And because, not just because they're an awesome drum and bass act, but because they said, we will never tour until we can produce live on stage what our CDs sound like. And they do. I saw them last year. They're phenomenal. Their bass player is, to quote himself, so hench it's sick. He's like, You know, and he's got big, massive arms, and like, he's just hysterical. And they actually do, and I'll play it tonight at the dance, they do a drum and bass cover of Master of Puppets by Metallica. And for somebody that's like, somebody's like, oh, I think I'm a bass band, they don't have a decent guitar player. You can't tell the difference between, I mean, the guitar is the exact same guitar as the Metallica track. So, but I'm a big punk rock person too, and I grew up listening to punk rock and roll. So I would say like the Descendants and AFI before they started to suck. Like, clarify, before they started to suck so bad.